everyone, we're going to talk about rotation some more today and review our rules for reflections. So I'm on page 20 in your packet. Okay, first we're just going to review the rules. So it says find the image of the point -4, 6 under the given transformations, and then it shows you the rules. Okay, a couple things to remember. That all rotations are counterclockwise unless I tell you otherwise. So A is actually a counterclockwise rotation, where -90e is actually a clockwise rotation. Okay, so the rule to rotate counterclockwise is to take x, y, and change it. Okay, counterclockwise is this way, so we change their positions. Then we change the sign of the front. Remember, we call that negating in math. So we negate the first term. So this would become -6, -4. Okay, a rotation 180, the rule is to just change the signs. So I'm writing the rule so I can try to commit it to memory. And then I change the signs. So 4 and -6. Okay, lowercase r, remember, is reflection. So when I reflect over the x-axis, I keep the x-coordinate, I negate the y-coordinate, so that becomes -4, -6. Make sure you're using parentheses, that's what tells me this is a location on the coordinate plane. Point D here is going to get reflected over the y-axis. When I reflect over the y-axis, I change the x or negate the x, and I keep the y. So that's 4, 6. Rotation -90. Rotations of 90 degrees, you change the order. And then clockwise is this direction, so you change or negate the sign of the back number. So that becomes 6. It's a switch, and then change the sign. So 6, 4. Okay, rotation 270. Remember, that's the same as a rotation of 90 clockwise, so -90. So the rule would be switch the order, and clockwise is this way. So I negate the back, which is the same as the one above it, actually. Oops, my bad. Which is 6, 4. Alright, these all, remember, all have to be memorized. You can use flip charts we're going to be making, make yourself flashcards, or just study off of this page. Okay, now, let's put it to use. Graph the following quadrilateral, A, B, C, D. Then graph the image after a 90 degrees clockwise rotation. Remember, all of our rotations are about the origin, meaning that if I put something here, the origin is going to be my center pivot point. So I'm going to spin around the origin. Okay, our origin, our center will always be the origin. Then we're going to graph A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime after a 180 degree clockwise rotation about the origin. So then we're going to re-graph it, or re-rotate it. Alright, so first thing we have to do is plot the original. So -2, 4, -3, 2, -4, 5, and then -5, 3. Remember, mathematicians like straight lines. You're practicing to be a mathematician in here, so therefore you also like straight lines by default. So I have my original points here. I'm just going to write them so I can show my work. Alright, now I'm going to rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay, so to go counterclockwise, I'm actually going to change these directions here. And this should be label A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. And this would be label it A double prime B, double prime C, double prime D, double prime. Alright, so I wrote the points out over here. So rotation 90 degrees counterclockwise means I change the order. Okay, so I'm going to change the order, and it's counterclockwise. So I'm going to change the sign of the front number. So this is going to become, okay, that's the switch, change the sign. Okay, switch, change the sign. Switch, change the sign. Switch, change the sign. You can do it all in one step if you want, that's completely fine. Now regraph, -4, -2 will be A prime, -2, -3. Remember, boys and girls, you can pause this video and do the work and catch up to me. Okay, so there's the primes. Now I'm going to take that and rotate 180 degrees counterclockwise. Remember, it doesn't matter if I go counterclockwise or clockwise, half a turn's half a turn. So the rule for that is to change the sign of both. So those are my arrows. So A double prime, B double prime, C double prime, D double prime. Now, just to show you, visualize, okay, so here's my pivot point, the origin. Here's my shape. If I go half a turn, okay, I would expect to be in quadrant 1. Even if I spin half a turn in the other direction, okay, I'm still expected to be in quadrant 1. So let's change the signs of these. 4, 2, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 5. And I replot. And I reconnect. Okay, and since it's labeled, anyone looking at this picture would know that this was the figure I started with. Then I moved it down here for the primes. Then I moved it over here for the double primes. So original, first, second. Alright, please work on the rotations reflections packet that the substitute will pass out to you. And that's all you have for homework. So once that's done, you guys are good to go. Alright, have a good weekend.